setup yet again, which paid off really well on the circuit.
All right, so concession to the expected Winston composition. It's very telegraphed when Donghack comes into the server, right? You know what you're getting. I'm curious to see, though, if Smurf is really allowed to get away with nearly as much, because Donghack will try and circumvent, ignore, basically pretend that Smurf doesn't exist.
Yeah, but you're also, I feel like, okay, here, if you have the Boston Uprising, like, if they try and dive in, right, it feels like you have a little bit more to be able to punish.
Again, it's a tougher game for Donghack to play now. He can't just, like, assume that his backline is going to get dove by their Winston and just try and do him better. Now you actually actively have to avoid Smurf, and this is what has allowed the bot to advance as it has. A lot of damage to Donghack here. This is really going to stress the healing resources of the Rain.
Yeah, I mean, a few different times he gets chunked down, and he doesn't. Oh, that's a nice bio grenade. Twilight looks like he might be able. Oh, they take him out of that. Is huge. As looked like he almost was going to get away to safety.
Depth fielder able to set that one up here for the Atlanta Rain. Lee Taegon trying to back away. Deep trouble here. Disruptor shot even thrown to try and, I mean, disrupt Donghack, I suppose, as he looks to find a very low health target. That ain't going to work out either. And now even Decay has to get out.
Yeah, as this looks like it's going to be the Boston Uprising now, getting on the defensive end as the bot starts to get rolling for the Atlanta Rain, where Fielder has this nano already. I mean, look at just the difference. And Twilight obviously dies early, but the Fielder with that nano possibly could give it over to Donghack, as Lip is now farming up this EMP, so setting up a big combination here shortly.
Yeah, Birdring is a little behind in that EMP charge now as well. Donghack got nanoed there. So how do you make use of this before it expires? Donghack's not in a hurry to engage based on where the push bot is.
Yeah, he was purpled and quite low, so he actually ends up not really getting much value out of that. But look at this. Atlanta looked like they were going to back up to maybe set up an EMP play here by the choke, but Lip ends up taking out Birdring, so now it looks like it's go time again.
Absolutely. You hit a big bio there as well under two players, Decay being one of them, followed up by Fielder. He got it done himself. Now, again, you don't have to try and sit back and wait. You could get free push here. My God, it's so free.
I mean, this is just filthy stuff here from the Rain. As they are going to get close to this first checkpoint, probably be able to take it. And dude, they've hung on to everything pretty much, right? You know, all these impactful ultimates for this next fight. This could get pretty ugly for the Uprising.
Yeah, now you just start to make it worse. Compound the problems for the Boston Uprising. Donghack should be done here. No reason that he should escape. Twilight able to catch him by the heel as he tries to run away. But you got the checkpoint. You also had a symmetrical outcome in terms of EMP use, so you don't have to fear reprisal from the Boston Uprising coming back. That's a great position to be in for Atlanta.
No, and you have the closer spawn, right? So everybody will get back here, rather shortly. For the Rain, is you have an opportunity here with your rally. It doesn't look like obviously Boston's going to be able to dive in that far, so you're using this rally, you could get pretty aggressive. The Kariko swap as well for Twilight. Interesting, right? That's going to be able to use to cleanse these big Fielder bios.
Yeah. I really think they're just trying to stop losing the fight just because they get someone bioed, right? Okay, Susie there, well timed by Twilight. Yep, protects him against that pulse bomb that would have gone off. Donghack, though, was able to get away, and that might be the even bigger result in that fight. Decay, though, will not let Fielder abscond.
Decay just farming up these railgun shots. You hit a support, you hit, the Tracer, the Sombra, it's going to be an insta-kill. It's a pretty big game changer if he's able to consistently hit these. Oh, he goes to the high ground there. Maybe trying to chase Lip, doesn't realize that Chiyo's there as well.
Just a classic overextension from Decay there. Look at this setup and try and catch up in terms of bot progress. That's not to be. A little too close to the sun there from your boy. And we go back to neutral.
What do you think about the Tracer swap down from Decay? I felt like the Sojourn was pretty impactful, but maybe they... Yeah.
But it doesn't, I guess it doesn't help you, like, shut the backline down. If you're, like, trying to do everything to make it so Fielder can't just have his way with your team, then maybe you want something else, right? Something else to join Birdering in. Also, it means you have follow-up to this EMP, where beforehand you just didn't, right?
Yeah, Kitsune Rush available here. This is going to be the nano early on a Donghack, as he's just trying to put down some damage. I wonder if this EMP is following up, but no, it's Kitsune Rush here from the Uprising that's going to force him back.
I'm not sure why Donghack jumped away there. Maybe not expecting the burst healing that he would get. He was at half, and then he jumped away at full health,
and that EMP from Lip was just sad, right? I mean, they had the Kitsune Rush down. There was no way you were following that up.
Yeah, it looks sad because Donghack had dived out. This is not the first time Lip and Donghack have actually been completely at odds with each other in terms of what the game plan's supposed to be. And the Uprising have just been allowed to get back into the game.
So this is going to be Lip going to the Ashe again. And then now Donghack to the Ramatra. So you can see some of these comps from the Uprising are really impacting the way Atlanta Reign wants to play. Because for the most part, right, they just want to play Tracer Sombra. Like, that's kind of their thing, where now it feels like it's getting a little bit scary. They want to make some moves.
Again, Donghack probably feels more comfortable matching up with, this Junker Queen as a Ramatra. Probably feeling like he can't avoid Smurf, right? Trying to dive in, pressure backlines. Now maybe, Twilight Lee Jagon can get more done, but we don't have an Ana for the Boston Uprising. So that extra space afforded to Twilight doesn't become like a win condition in terms of connecting these biotic grenades and just sort of ruining people before the fight starts.
The one thing I don't love here for the Atlanta Reign is they become a much more, they don't have as much mobility, right? So this Rampage could get way more value when, as opposed to playing against like a Sombra, Winston, those type of heroes.
Smurf might wait this out, I think. Hack there on Donghack, he just waits out the nano, and then maybe can look to set up a nice Rampage. Yeah, posturing for it now. Oh, gets Donghack. Okay, so big hitbox on that build. You gotta remember that. Chiyo can't be healed right now.
Not gonna be able to gain anything from that. So really heads up play there from Stalker, probably saving some progress.
Bob's on deck here. Birdring might EMP first, which means then the Bob after the fact seems pretty good from Lip. And I guess Atlanta not in a huge hurry here, maybe hoping for an overextension, waiting for this Annihilation to be online, then go for it. Yeah, Lip trying to get into a safe spot. Here comes Bob, straight away. Katina Rush also going to be thrown into the mix here. Birdring not incentivized to EMP where Bob is right now. It's very far away from the Atlanta Reign. Dynamite here, Twilight has to swift step. Lip almost getting tempted off the edge by that knife, but is able to regain his footing.
Yes, that Bob gets nothing, man, fight.
Now we saw Lip was setting up for it, right? Went to the high ground before he threw it down. I think he's hoping it hits the corner and doesn't walk out into that actual longer tract, of road. Either way, that's the checkpoint for Boston here. Atlanta making some interesting composition choices. Again, Boston looking to try and force a map 5 with victory here. 2 minutes left in the round. And they're almost going to get in the lead from this fight. Yeah, very quickly, Atlanta realize they've got to avert that situation. But an EMP for 4 is pretty good rate. Chiyo's able to find at least the ultimate and gets nano. Now though, can you use it? Smurf's too big a target to work on. Decay is keeping it a respectful distance from him. So now it's going to be Twilight there. Those Smurf falls to the dynamite of Lip. Lip's going to stop this from moving for now, but a 1 versus 3 if Chiyo can't get back to the fight. That's a pretty scary prospect here. Kitsune Rush from Twilight. They really wanted the lead.
The nano Brig is insane. I mean, that right there, that is just Chiyo just swinging on Smurf. He's got Decay behind him trying to put in shots. He's got his rally going, and he never falls. I mean, even sturdier than any of the tanks you can play. Is Donghack now going to switch over the Orisa? So a lot of comp variety in this match, which I don't think anybody expected. I think everybody expected just kind of like mirror matchups the entire way.
Donghack says we can't lose another fight. We need to push back. Well,
from Fielder when Twilight can just cleanse them, right? A lot of these fights that we saw them winning earlier were just follow-ups on these Fielder biotic grenades. Now Fielder's going to move away from the Ana, and this is going to be the Uprising taking the lead with 30 seconds to go. Smurf with a Rampage could set this one up.
Yeah, it can't be understated how important that last fight was, how important now it is for Boston. All they need to do, by the way, they don't have to push. They have the lead right now. They can do anything. Donghack's going to try and push in here, but Twilight's found another one. Stalker has fallen. Man, this Kiriko pick for Twilight has been explosive in the last couple of minutes. Lip backing away, trying to get the bot out of this situation here. Maybe look to find a position where Bob can have value. He picks off Twilight as well.
Yeah, that Rampage got nothing there from Smurf, and look at this. The Boston Uprising, they went to go like fight this, and they're going to be stuck in a horrible position. I mean, they wrap around to try and contest the bot, and then the Atlanta Rangers run away with it.
They staggered Decay by a few seconds now as well. Remember, both teams have the checkpoint, so the bot is not going to stop here just through the bridge. This one is going to come down to one last fight. The Atlanta Reign come in with Terror Surge, they come in with Bob, and they have a Pulse Bomb to work with. Doesn't get much closer than this.
And somebody's going to have to get there to contest here. For the Boston Uprising, it's got to be Birdring here as he's getting very close.
Needs to be a big EMP. He's had some questionable ones so far over this series. To stay alive in this series, it has to happen here. Stalker gets hit, but here is the ultimate from Donghack that gets hacked. Apparently, he's not able to complete it, or he cancels it. Either way, the fight is still on here. He's low though. Chiyo also seen better days just around the corner. The Kitsune Rush gets thrown to the cut. They're trying to work the periphery here, but Lee Jae Gon was able to pick Stalker up. Birdman's going to come back to the fight, but his teammates are gone. It's all the Atlanta Rain. Lee Jae Gon steps up, tries to avert what is the inevitable at this point. Shield bashes back to safety. Now it's Birdring in the fray. But that's going to be it. The Atlanta Rain have the numbers. They bring the Orisa in to get the job done. And it's not jubilance on their face, it's a sigh of relief. They were this close from going to a map 5, but they hold on and hold off the Uprising for the 3-1 win.